When you die, what happens to your real estate? What happens to all of your assets? And that brings up the question, should you have a will or should you not have a will? Hi everyone, it's Troy Sage, local realtor, where I'm dedicated to doing real estate differently. And in this video, I am interviewing the highly accredited and Wall Street Journal featured attorney, Kristi Arlitt, here in North Dallas, Texas. In this video, we're going to discuss the fact that Texas has a will for you if you don't prepare one on your own. We're going to walk you through the process of setting up a will and the additional documents you should highly consider when establishing your last will and testament. Let's dive into this topic of should you have a will or should you let the state of Texas establish a will for all of your assets, including your real estate. Why do people need a will?
Well, everyone in Texas has a will. A lot of people don't realize that they have a will because the great state of Texas has a will for everyone. However, you have the option to get your own will that specifically does what you want. And you can have your own will, or you can let the legislators in Austin give you a will.
So wait a minute. So if you're a resident of Texas, they just automatically say, "Welcome to the great state of Texas. We have a will for you."
Along with other things. That's right. They sure do.
I mean, I didn't get that memo when I moved here, but now I know that
Yes.
there's a will. It's automatically put in place by the state.
Right.
So why would I want to get my own will?
Well, if you die with a will, you die testate, which means that you have a will and they're your instructions and what you want to have done should be followed and carried out by the courts. If you die without a will, you die intestate. The state of Texas has specific rules about what happens to your property and your assets and your family if you die intestate without a will. So you can let the intestate succession laws control what happens to your estate, and I can assure you almost everyone does not want that. Or you can have your own will, and then you can specifically lay out what you want. You can rule from the grave if you want to.
So I come here and Texas says we have a will for you, but I really have no voice in it because I haven't expressed what my wishes are.
You have no voice in that will.
So it's extremely important for anyone that has any type of asset, whether it's a dollar or multi-millions of dollars in a state with
Correct.
assets, that they have a will.
Correct.
So how would they go about getting a will?
Well, the easiest way to do it is contact an attorney like myself who really specializes in writing wills and handling probate matters, and we sit down and we have a talk. And we have a talk about where you are in life, what you think is your asset, what you think your assets are, what you want to have happen to your assets when you die. And every single person has a different set of facts. Everyone has a different life. Some people are married, some people are not married, some people are divorced, some people are divorced multiple times, some people have no children, some people have a series of children from different other spouses or other parents to the children. All of those things play in. Some people have children who have disabilities, and then that's another whole set of issues. Because do you leave money to take care of them, which then excludes them from being able to have all the government benefits that the government will provide if you have a child who has some issues? And these are just all things we sit down and we talk it through. Everyone's will is their will. Just because you're married, just because you have a partner, just because you may have children together, each person can have their own will. And each will can say something completely different.
So I can have a different will than my wife.
Absolutely.
So would a will be just set up for one person for the most part?
It's just for one person, the decedent,
Okay.
the person who passes away. The decedent is the person who passes away. And the will has absolutely zero effect in life until you die. A lot of people start talking about their will this or this, will that. The will doesn't become effective until you actually die. And then it takes over and it controls all of your assets.
It's basically the end of the chapter, and this is the new chapter. The will is the new chapter
Right.
when you have deceased, when you have passed.
So when people come into me and we talk and they think they need a will, and they think that's all they need, I always talk to them. There are all these other documents because they're the statutory durable power of attorney, which controls what happens to your assets while you are still alive. You haven't died yet. There is a different power of attorney that you can have for people to make medical decisions for you while you're still alive, but you're unable to make your medical decisions. We have a number of documents that I do as a packet. I do the will with these other documents, and in many ways, these documents that are effective while you're alive are really the ones that affect you, because the will doesn't take effect until you've died.
Yeah, and last, I don't know anyone that's come back. So
well, Elvis might, but we don't know yet.
Right,
we don't
or
know yet.
Chris Cornell or some of these other famous artists. But yeah, for me, my thought goes to, okay, these are my wishes when I'm gone. But you're totally right. There's these other documents that are vitally important while you're alive.
Correct.
That I think a lot of people don't think about.
Well, that was a lot of information about getting you started on setting up a will so the state doesn't have the final say after you pass with all of your assets, especially real estate. But there's more. If you go to the next episode or watch the next video, we're going to discuss an estate or a will or both, or what's the difference. And of course, my friends, if you find this information helpful, click subscribe so you're updated every time I upload another video. Let's continue on to the next video.